because you need that for the bridge, but no, iron bits is currency. Maybe it's like in Metro, how the military grade ammo is currency and ammo. Yeah, maybe that's kind of like what it is. Yeah, actually that makes more sense, because I thought they were going out their way to smelt coins out of iron and use it as a dedicated currency. But if it's more of along the lines of like the Metro thing, then that's fine. Fast regen. Constitution is converted into health when out of combat, and to regenerate quickly between fights while your constitution lasts. I have no idea what my constitution is though. Also, there's an auto loot feature, as you may be noticing, and if you target an enemy and then the cursor moves off them, you'll still follow the cursor. There is no dedicated attack enemy thing like in other things. So like, see, so you have to keep holding it down while attacking. And at present, I've only one ability: auto attack. But that's honestly not too bad. Also, there is mob infighting. So, yeah. Also, mobs also regenerate. Because of course they do. And we'll just slap them around. So, like, in all honesty, none of them are any degree of a threat to me. At least not yet, anyway. Plus, even the regen, like, I have a habit in these games of just running around like a loon, forgetting to heal myself up. With the fast regen, it's not an issue. So anyway, I leveled up. I can select my class. I'll show you, like I said, you can dual class. There's also devotion. And like and there's like different devotions for different things. And there is some overlap. For example, there's Ascendant, and then there's Eldrick, and Order. And see this guy, he's in all three. So, you know, there is overlap between them. Each of these represents the amount of like affinity you've harnessed for their particular thing. Ascendant beings have risen to godlike status through immense feats or reverence from their lessers. Chaos. Chaotic beings crave entropy and destruction above all else. Eldrick beings represent the wild forces of magic and metaphysical realms beyond the veil. Order. Beings of order cherish harmony and balance in all things. Primordial. Primordial beings embody powers of creation, life, death, and reality itself. And they have like passive things like increased resistance, increased stats, increased fire damage and ether damage, and then a chance on attack. Ether fire. Small bursts of ether fire erupts at your target's feet. And you gain experience for these things, leveling them up. And it seems not all of them have it, like Spider here doesn't have one. But this guy, Ghoul, does. Ghoulish Hunger, 100% chance at 45% health. Uncornered, you're thrown into a ghoulish fervor, desperate for a morsel of flesh. 50-second skill recharge, 6-second duration, 78 life duration over 2 seconds, plus 30% life leech damage, 36% of attack damage converted to health, plus 8% attack speed and 8 physical resistance. Twin Fangs, Flame Torrent, and these go on for a fair bit actually. Meteor Shower, you can only have one active at a time. Eldritch Fire, Wendigo's Mark. Cool. Wayward Soul. Sacrifice a Wayward Soul to ward yourself against the Spectre of Death. Cool. Hungering Void. 100% chance on attack. The Hungering Void empowers you, your allies, and your minions, but the power comes at a heavy cost, at a heavy toll to the body. Alright. Raise the Dead. 100% chance on enemy hero death. On enemy death. Aww. This only lasts 10 seconds. Still, raise the dead to serve you. The necrotic energies required for this ritual are very unstable, however. The minions won't exist for a limited time. So you summon a limit of 3 and it lasts 10 seconds. Still cool. This is cool. Very detailed. There is a lot of them. Arcane Bomb. Elite of Empyrean. That does sound fucking awesome. Just even name, like a name only, just sounds awesome. Tip the scales. Tip the scales in your favor, sapping your attackers of vitality, transferring it to you. Dryad's Blessing cleanses your wounds and wards you against poison. Blades of Wrath. 100% chance on critical attack. Push the advantage by unleashing a burst of phantasmal blades to pass through your enemies with ease. A shield wall. Targo's Hammer. Shepherd's Call. Call upon your minions to join you in battle. Boost all damage, crit damage, and retaliation damage to all pets. Which is cool. Acid Spray. Arcane Barrier. Trample. Bamfield's Command. Call forth an Elder Hound to snap and tear at your foes. The Hound's presence in the physical realm is unstable and will only remain at your side for a limited time. 20 seconds. But maybe that goes on for... maybe that will go up the more you level it. Ooh, this one is 2. Tainted Eruption and Abominable Might. Cool. Eldritch Seeker. Sorry, Elemental Seeker. Conjuring an eldritch creature of pure energy that seeks out and burns nearby foes with its very presence before returning to the Aether, an explosion of energy. Sounds awesome. Howl of Mogdrogen. Cool. Fetid Pool. This is really cool. But anyway. So let's start having a look at the classes. First, the story. Well, the flavor to them. Soldiers of the Imperial Army were trained to survive in the most hellish conditions and prefer to hold the line against the deadliest of enemies of the deadliest enemies of the Empire. Soldiers prefer to use the use of close combat weaponry, such as a sword and shield, but can also prove formidable with firearms. What a soldier may lack in outright damage output is made up for in fortitude and leadership. Demolitionist. Pyrotechnic masters of the Imperial Army. Demolitionists are part engineer and part sorcerer. They were used to break enemy ranks and breach fortifications with their devastating array of explosives and destructive magic. They usually prefer to fight at range, engaging enemies with guns, traps, and explosives, but they can also be proficient with melee weapons. Occultist. Once hunted by Imperial forces in an effort to control Eldritch power, the Occultist's craft focuses heavily on summoning and borrowed powers granted by the three witch gods, Besamel, Sorel, and Dreg. Their diverse arts include abhorrent curses and spells that inflict damage with poisons, acid, and entropic energy. Excelling with neither sword nor gun, they can use either to augment their offensive. Nightblades were clandestine warriors that sold their services to the great houses of the Empire. Nightblades excel with all manner of martial weapons, but are even more feared for the deadly blade magic that is the secret of their trade. Nightblades are not suited to go toe-to-toe with tougher enemies, and rely on illusion to close for quick, devastating attacks, or to fight from a distance with phantasmal blades. Let me just take a quick drink. You can read ahead if you want. Ah, heavenly. Hailing from the untamed Northlands, Shamans were the spiritual leaders and guardians of their people, claiming an astounding achievement to the wilds and their patron deity Mogdrogen. Shamans are capable of wielding the terrible forces of nature against their foes, or even calling upon savage beasts to come to their aid. Shamans excel in the use of brutal, two-handed melee weapons, but can easily adopt other tools of war when conjuring their primal powers. So, Shaman. I'm just curious. The pack. It buffs. It's an aura thing, alright? Devouring Swarm. I'm just curious, do they get minions? Yes, they do. Just want to make sure. Feck. Wendigo totems represent a darker side to shaman rituals. Embracing the vicious duality of nature, one must die so that another may feed and live. Once placed, the totem will drain the life of nearby foes, all while creating a soothing aura that heals allies. The totems are taboo to most tribes, though, as the primal hunger spirit invoked to power the totem is perilous to control, and has driven many shamans mad, filling them with insatiable hunger that inevitably leads to cannibalism. And they scale with player damage bonuses. So, savagery, Wind Devil, lives for 12 seconds. We can conjure for 20 seconds, a primal spirit. Legends speak of a great predator, the loyal pet of Mogdragon, which relentlessly hunts down anyone that treads into the beast god's domain uninvited. As a favourite follower of Mogdragon, you can call upon this primal spirit to aid you in battle. Primal Bond. It's an exclusive skill, meaning you can only have one active at a time. So it's Stormcore's Pact. So there's the Briarthorn. Briarthorns are vicious beasts born of brambly woods and wild magic. Skilled shamans call upon these creatures to aid them in battle. I will be interested in having a minion. In having minions, but I have to get up to level 10 to get there, to use it, so I'm not sure. Undo classic selection. Arcanist. Do you get any minions? I don't think so. Wait, did I read the Arcanist? No, I think I skipped him. Yeah, sorry. To the Arcanist, the manifestation of magic is not some unexplainable mystery or the will of the gods, but a science meant to be unraveled. This pursuit of knowledge drives all Arcanists, always eager to discover a new technique to make their namesake. Arcanists warp ethereal and elemental energy to their will, creating devastating demonstrations of power that rival small armies. However, such raw power leaves little in terms of defense. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have any minions, which is fine. Just means I'm not too interested. What I'm interested right now is having someone like Drom from Path of Exile, minions and melee proficiency. So Nightblade, you wouldn't have minions at all. There is no mention of minions in these, and I am only glancing here. If something jumps out as a minion, then I would look further, but right now, no. Yeah, nah. I got you have that. What about you, though? Okay, you're interesting. Markovian's advantage. The renowned tactician Markovian always maneuvered to strike from the higher ground. This classic attack, inspired by Markovian's battlefield tactics, features a powerful downward strike to throw enemies off balance, weakening their defenses. Can activate with all default weapon attacks. At level 1, it's an 8% chance to be used. It's a proc. Zohan's technique, named for the famed fighting master. This attack uses a low center of mass and powerful swing to imbalance your opponents. Can activate with all default melee weapon attacks. When used with a melee weapon, the attack strikes multiple nearby targets. I am thinking of actually going with this guy. This guy and a minion guy. It just seems like a good choice. Then again, I'm also tempted at going with two minion guys. It's hard to be sure. It's tempting to go with a cultist and shaman, because then 3 pets. But at the same time, I'm thinking, no, that's probably leaning too heavily on that. it's better to go Cultist, Soldier. So we'll start off with a Cultist. With this, you can level up. Like I put a point in there. Now I can access this. Also, I'll read this quickly. Increasing the number of points spent in the mastery bar allows access to additional skills, as well as providing stat bonuses. And I didn't get to read the rest. But basically, each time you level up, you get additional stats. And you can, when you reach these checkpoints, you can unlock new abilities. Ooh, I actually never looked further into this. Cool. The abilities look cool. This is a heal that the Raven, which is my first points going into, it will be able to get a heal, and it can do it can empower people as well for 30 seconds. It can also do a lightning strike, which is cool. So I am thinking of getting. I'm honestly tempted in putting some extra points into this. Then again, I'm thinking, no, I should get this. Also, there's 2 minions with this thing. It's the Hellhound over here. Calls forward a Hellhound from the Eldritch realms to savage the occultist's enemies. This vicious beast will battle alongside you until its life is extinguished in a blazing inferno. And this is summon a mythical Storm Raven to support you. Storm Ravens are eldritch creatures of uncanny intelligence and magical ability, quite different from mundane ravens. Some believe they are not birds at all, but rather some manner of ancient skies bird, for which the raven is a preferred manifestation. Dreg's Evil Eye. Summon one of the infinite eyes of Dreg, the great guardian of the hidden realm. The eye speeds quickly towards the target, then detonates itself. So, there we go. There's that spent, and now we can spend points here. For now, I think I will put some points into health, because that increases health and regen. This increases physical, pierce, and duration damage, and this increases magical duration as well, magical and duration damage, as well as my energy and my energy regen. Go with physique. Then you can see the changes and you can undo them there if you want. So, there we go. It's actually weird, I haven't got any upgrades yet. Okay, this is like beyond that jacket, I haven't got any upgrades. Normally I've gotten like a two-hander or a gun by now. In my first 2 playthroughs, that's what I got. Okay. I should get something here though. Ooh, also I should actually have applied my abilities. Dreg's Evil Eye. Familiar. 8. And 1. Okay, they just seem to keep flying in the straight line. Alright. Because I was actually kind of imagining it would heat seek. Just from the description, you know? Hopefully the audio level's fine. Okay. Here is Francis's gun. It has an 8% chance to launch a fireball. And here is one of the many notes in the game. I'm trapped here. I realize now I will die in this house. Margaret, I fear that you're already dead, and so it may not be so bad if I'm shortly to join you. If by some miracle you let live and return here to find this note, please know that I'm not angry with you. I've never regretted our life together, but now only regret that I lost my temper and spoke unkind words when we last parted. I hope you will not think me a coward for what I am about to do. They're already in the house. I've barricaded myself in this room, but it is only a matter of time before they break through. All I can do now is choose the manner in which I face death, and I would rather die a man than be changed into one of those horrid things, or eaten alive. I will love you, always, Francis. Did not mean to open